Tools are to men what shoes are to women. Today, let's talk about 20 essential tools and supplies that I think are great to have on hand when you're starting out on your DIY journey. Things that I think would be useful in anyone's toolbox. First up, measuring tape. A 25-foot tape is a great size to have for measuring out room dimensions, and I love having a 6-foot in my pocket whenever I'm out and about for quick measurements. You may also want to have a fabric measuring tape for grabbing body measurements, sewing projects, and measuring around curves. A screwdriver. Having a couple of the most commonly used heads and sizes, or even a multi-bit screwdriver, will be incredibly useful. With all of the different DIY projects you'll encounter, you'll run into many different screw heads. You'll want a hammer on hand for hanging pictures, closing your paint can, installing drywall anchors, the list goes on. If you don't think you'll get much use out of the full-size version, I love my baby hammer for quick jobs. A spirit level is a great tool for making sure things are perfectly horizontal, level, or vertical, plumb. Something might look like it's gonna hang straight, but it's always a great idea to double check. I'd start off with a small level like this and grab longer ones as you find yourself using them more and more. Scissors. It's best to have DIY specific scissors so you're not stealing the ones from the kitchen. Utility knives are also a key cutting tool. With snap-off blades, you'll always have a sharp tool at your disposal. And here's a hack. They're also great as a scraper when you're in a pinch. I would suggest having some pliers. There's so many types and sizes. They'll help you grip things and bend things, and bonus points if you find a pair with wire cutters built in. Sandpaper, sanding blocks, sanding sponges, something that's gonna help you remove material and smooth out your projects. A coarse, a medium, and a fine grit, something like 80, 120, and 220 grit, that'll take care of almost any sanding project you have. Safety equipment. Always have safety glasses, ear protection, dust masks, and gloves available. I like having both disposable gloves for chemicals or trying to keep my hands clean, and fabric work gloves for overall protection and grip. A handsaw. There are many types and sizes. A hacksaw is small, but fantastic for cutting all sorts of materials, including some metals. But if you think you'll want to cut a lot of wood, pick up a wood saw like this. Or, when it comes to cutting any angles for things like trim, look at a miter box and saw. A metal ruler. This doesn't just have to be for measuring. A metal straight edge can help you draw or cut a straight line. A small jar of spackling and a putty knife can be great to fill small holes in drywall, or even in place of wood filler if you discover mid-project that you're out. Adhesives. Depending on your project, you may need different adhesives for different materials, and it's best to check each product to make sure it can handle what you need it to do. But to start, consider hot glue, wood glue, or super glue. Painter's tape. There's so many types of tape out there, but for day-to-day, I love painter's tape. It's not just for painting. You can use it to measure, plot where to hang something, hold wood together while the glue dries, or visualize and plan. I once used it to plot out the size of a U-Haul truck to make sure all of my stuff would fit when I was moving. A sharp pencil and a good eraser. A step stool or a ladder. Clamps. If you're a true DIYer, clamps can act as a second set of hands to help you hold things, grip them, or keep them together while drying. A stud finder, if you're planning to put anything up on your wall or ceiling. A basic sewing kit. For clothing or repairing your home goods, these are cheap and easy to pick up. This one even has a fabric measuring tape and scissors. Score! To get started on basic DIY projects, you don't need to have power tools, but there is one that I can recommend. A cordless drill. This was my first power tool, and it opened up this whole new world for me, where if I see something I like, I can hang it, I can assemble it, I can build it. Just don't forget your bits. Spiral or twist bits for making holes, and driver bits for installing screws. And that's everything I recommend you start with in your beginner DIY kit. Bonus points if you can fit it all in a box that goes everywhere you do. Which How to Go Do episode do you want to see next? Subscribe so you don't miss them, and check out previous episodes here.